Hi again, this is Jamie. I have a few more hits that I got that I would really like to share, that I feel like I'm being ordered to share, in fact. I hope you're all having a good day. It's quite cold here, and hopefully it should be warming up a little bit next week. I am more of a desert person. So first up, when is Musk going to be out of here? We all know he has been creating havoc and chaos in the government. He seems to think he is the president. Let's just take a look. I feel like they are working hard to get him out of there. They're making a plan. Right now they feel stuck because he has so much influence. Trump is insisting he's just there as a consultant, which clearly he is not. They want to make sure they're doing it in the most legal way possible, so he can't try to fight it, so that Trump can't try to fight it, so that the Republicans can't try to fight it. I feel like possibly early fall, maybe he'll be gone. I also think he is going to be in a lot of trouble. He and Musk are going. Trump is also going to be in a bit of trouble. And he and Musk will be like kids, when you have two kids and they're both pointing at each other like, oh, it was him, no, it was him. That's what's going to happen. It'll be easier to get Musk out of there. It'll be easier to get Musk, hopefully at least charged with some crimes. Trump, it's going to be a little harder because they have to go through the impeachment. It's just so much harder to take a sitting president out, especially when our Congress is so divided and so many are wanting to just stand beside him no matter what he does. What about the Canadian elections? Are they going to go right wing, or are they going to go with something else? I hope they don't go right wing. I'm not feeling like they will. I think they're really pulling together right now. They're really unifying with all this chaos, the betrayal of what Trump's regime has done. I don't think that they are going to go to a super party. Sorry, my bird is yelling at me. So you're fine. I think they're going to get somebody who's kind of middle of the line. That's what I see. Someone middle of the line. That they're not going to be super liberal. They're not going to be super conservative. But will they ever forgive what has happened in the future? So will Canada ever forgive us for this betrayal? I see eventually things will get better. Definitely not within the time that Trump's in. It might take a couple rounds of presidents before it happens. I think the people as a whole are just feeling really hurt that we have been allies for so long, that there's been help on each side for so long, and then just for Trump to treat them like garbage. And that's kind of the same for all of our allies at this point. There's a lot of damage with our allies, and it is going to take a lot of work and a lot of cooperation to move forward. What about the German elections? How are they going to look? I don't think they're going to go right wing at all. I think they obviously have learned their lesson. I do see some attempted cheating, and I think that might actually go towards NATO. And it might also help show some of the issues that happened with our election. Is there going to be civil war in the U.S.? Let's see. I hope not, but we are very divided as a country at the moment. Sorry, my bird is feeling a little talkative today. As for civil war, I think there might be talks of it. There's definitely, I do think there will be some rioting. We might be very, very close. It might come to the point of some states definitely talking about seceding. I feel like the red states will start to realize what will happen if that does happen. So I think the red states are going to realize that they actually do need the blue states, even if we don't always agree on everything. I do think they'll see the wrong that has happened. What about protests? I mean, we have been seeing a lot of protesting. I do think there are going to be more, but will they be violent? I do think there's going to be some violence in some of these protests. We want to push for non-violent protests. We don't want him to have an excuse to take that military out and use it against us. I do think there will be some violence, and that might further lead to discussions of a potential civil war. But yes, so if you are attending the protest, just be aware of your surroundings. Definitely do show what you're wanting. Definitely put your voice out there. Don't let fear stop you. So I do feel that the Supreme Court and the Congress are investigating those more on the Democrat side. What will come of that? Will they step in to stop them from expanding these organizations and stealing the money? I think a lot of it, they're working on the investigation. They're getting bits and pieces out. It's going to be a challenge. I do see a lot of the issues that are going to happen with Musk are directly related to Doge. and he will be facing justice for that. But he might run off and hide. It just depends on who is willing to take him. What about Trump? Is anything going to happen with him? Let's see. I do see them investigating him a lot more. They're going to be digging into all the money that came in for his election campaign. They're really going to be digging into that, seeing where it came from exactly. A lot of foreign influence, a lot of dark money. Obviously, Musk paid in a lot. But we're going to see a lot of corruption coming out with a lot of proof that it actually happened over the next couple years. I don't know, I keep flip-flopping on this. I don't think Trump will make it the full 4 years. Whether that's being impeached, whether it's becoming too ill to continue. I do feel that the Congress will go blue again at midterms. At that point, a lot of people have just had enough of Trump and MAGA. There's still going to be the hardcore MAGAs, just not to the extreme that we see them now. I think in the next few years there will be people that are actually ashamed to say they support Trump. But again, we need to give those who are turning away from Trump some grace. We need to show them some empathy. We don't want to push them back to that. What about Putin? I think he is going down soon. His greed, his desire to recreate the Soviet Union is going to be his downfall. People there are not happy. They just want something new. They want to have a better life. They are tired of him. They don't want to fight these useless wars. They just want to live peacefully. They want more freedom. And what is Congress doing? Why are the Republicans not wanting to stand up for our rights? What's going on with that? I think they're terrified. I think Trump and Musk have information on a lot of them. They're making threats towards their family members. They're making threats towards their careers. And I think they are being bullied into submitting. They just do this or else. But what about the Democrats? Why aren't they being a little bit louder? Will they fight back? I think a lot of them are also kind of scared. I think they've also been threatened at times. they don't think that they can get the votes to do much. They are going to try to push it a little bit more, but at the moment they just feel stuck with him. I think in a couple of years, when more elections come up, that we are going to possibly have a majority. I will throw some cards real quick. Are we going blue? This one, six. I think we will. I think we need to try to get some younger blood in there. Unfortunately, a lot of the ones that are in Congress at the moment are just stuck in the past. I think and I do think that's going to be a big push, is to get younger people in there. I do see stricter requirements to be president, like no criminal record, upper age limits. I think they're going to try to, I don't know if it's going to be an actual law, but they're going to prefer people that actually have some sort of political background and not just business. It's just someone that actually knows what the Constitution is and what's actually in there. So they won't be trying to overthrow it again. I mean, I think they even forget Trump actually said we should just throw out the Constitution a couple years back. So, and he is back in power right now, which is terrifying. Will the U.S. ever be united again? We are very divided at the moment, which is really rough. It's gonna take some time. I do think that we are having a very rough couple of years. They're going to understand that they need to look at what's happening with each candidate. When the prices are going to be going up, groceries, eggs are going to keep going up, medication, gas, just everything, housing, electronics, cars, car parts, car repairs. I mean, I don't think anything's going to stay untouched with prices going up. And I do think they are going to understand. And I still see some sort of attack. And I do think we will start to unite a little bit more after that. What about the IRS? Will it be disbanded? I mean, he just does not have the authority to do that, but that has not been stopping him. No, it won't be disbanded. But I do see they will be doing a whole renewal of it. So I think there's going to be some major tax reforms. There'll be, and it's not going to be right away. It's going to take some time, and more likely with the next president. There's going to be major tax reforms. They're going to make it simpler for individuals. Billionaires will have to pay their fair share. No more tax cuts for them. Corporations will not have so many tax subsidies and tax breaks available to them, and I do feel like there will be more tax breaks awarded to smaller business. What about welfare? I do see less corporate welfare. Again, with the next couple presidents, I do think it will be easier for those who are already disabled or elderly to maintain their SNAP. I do think that it'll be more automatic instead of requiring them to fill out forms every couple months in some cases. They'll kind of improve what the system looks like. And I do see with Trump there are going to be cuts to the welfare programs that actually help the poor, disabled, and elderly people, which is a shame because a lot of those are veterans too, who are also, or even active duty military. So I would say in the meantime, since they are attacking small farms, small business, with prices going up, patronize farmers, smaller farms, local business, with food prices, even try, if you're able, growing some of your own. A lot of herbs can pretty easily be grown inside, so even if you have an apartment, you can at least grow some herbs. Tomatoes are pretty easy to grow. So if you are able, just do what you can to help make sure that you're protecting yourself. I will say also, since I do see a lot of bad weather, be aware of that. Make sure you have emergency supplies handy. Just make sure you have some extra water, extra food just in case. If you're traveling like by car, especially be aware of the weather in case you need to take shelter somewhere. Just make sure people know where you're going. I do see some pretty nasty tornadoes this season. Earthquakes. I do think the fire season is going to be pretty bad, particularly in California. There's going to be a bit in Colorado, Arizona, Montana. So just be aware of all that. And I think that's it, and I will draw another Oracle card in just a second. We have Nuqua, and she is the goddess of restoring order, which I believe is something we need. With the current situation of the world, we definitely need this one. So she is around to create order, and I feel that we meditate, think of her, ask for order to be restored in the universe. And I think that's all for today, so I'll see you next time.